issues here.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
So, what I'm doing here is I am working on building my groups for Trade Skill Master 4.11. Sorry for not talking. I really spaced out there for the beginning of that. Um, yeah, so um, this is what I'm doing. I need to be able to sell things and buy things. So um, right now I am working on the Cataclysm uncommon leather pieces. And once I'm done that, I think that gets me all cut up, but not including Shadowlands. I think I've got the other 8 done, at least when this is finished. So I hope that's the case, because holy smokes, this is a huge project. Because when I'm done this, then I've got to do not just the BOEs, but I got to rebuild my profession groups. I cannot type. I saw Samadan pop on. He's on Stabadan. Yet another amazing, amazing gold maker. He's taught me quite a lot. And I watch his streams whenever they come up. He's been called uh, the Bob Ross of gold making because his voice is so smooth. Yeah, so many things to do. So many things if I want to actually buy and sell. And what I've noticed as I'm building these groups, um, especially the older stuff, of course, I do a shopping scan just to make sure I have all the current items. And it is amazing to me how many people undervalue even just uncommon greens. It's nuts. Uh, they either simply don't uh, charge enough in the first place, or they're not following, say, the disenchant values. Because, for example, I've seen, say, some of these listed for 10, 20 gold, but if you disenchanted them, they're worth well over 100 each just in materials. Uh, that's amazing. So basically, they're 10% of the value of what they should be. Uh, it, but people gonna be people, right? So rock tusk boots. So let's see if we can actually find one. Oh, it's not gonna do it in the tooltip here because I'm building the groups. But when I do the next shopping scan, hopefully we find a very cheap thing, and I will show you exactly what I mean. Raven Holt boots. And you'll notice I am adding these by item level, so I'm ignoring all the secondary stats. So for example, I don't care about anything else. Hey! Welcome to my stream! Oh, you're a spammer. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers? Yeah, so let's, hmm, yeah. So, never mind. You are a spammer. I might actually have to change the settings of the moderation bot so I don't get hit with these anymore. So it is always a good idea when you're done a group, and I am because there are only 10 items, like individual items, to reload your UI. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. All right, now that feet are done, I'm doing them alphabetically. So hands are next, and there are 10 individual hands. Let's see if I can show you what I meant by the disenchant stuff. Maybe we'll get lucky here and get some super cheap hands. And I'm gonna say hi. Is Samadan still online? He is. Say hello to Mr. Samadan. I can't remember what's sick. Available, busy. I thought there was a way to change. your status, and I don't remember what it was. Yes, Mr. Samadan, I am working on groups. All right. Oops. Out of that window. All right. So these are hands. Okay. Make sure that I actually have hands. Yes, I do actually have hands copied over. Okay. All right. Phew. Always got to double check these things. Since I just finished boots, I don't want to put the boots into the hands group. And 10 of 10, you saw what I did there, right? 10, there's 10. Yeah, we're good. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes it'll show as 9 or something like that, in which case I delete the group and re-add it. So Samadan says, nice, his auction house isn't working. Gonna have to reboot. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Alright,
Needs to be
so
at least
I'm not
2
searching
centuries
for
old.
feet. Let's select hands and see if I can actually get an example. Oh, see, perfect. There we go. Absolutely. So you see this one's worth 5 gold, 35 silver. If I mouse over this, you'll see the disenchant value is 111 gold. Never mind the fact that this is supposed to sell for 351 gold. And yeah, 111 because item level 37, they're all um, disenchanted to about the same amount. So, you know what? I actually am going to buy these two. I'm not going to buy that one because even though it's horribly undervalued, it's not undervalued
If you
enough.
find anything exotic, bring it to me.
So, all bought. Well, 8,000 gold in there. Mailbox, that's not bad. So, hands. I'm going to clear out the base items that I just added from Wowhead, and I'm going to add them back by item level here. Uncommon, armor, click, cloth, leather, hints. Alright, so first one is Haldar gloves. So I didn't even pay attention which ones I bought. Whatever. I could actually look. Let's see, what did I buy? Ravenholt and Dandred. You know what? I haven't even got these appearances. They're so cheap. I might actually just learn the appearances and vendor them. And yes, I'll lose gold, but appearances and they were cheap. So more gloves. Aberaz, Night Haven gloves. There's only one of those. Haven gloves. Imbued Pioneer gloves. And the rest of these, they're what are, mail cloaks or whatever. I'll get to those groups eventually. Oh, I was on the wrong tab. Ooh, hidden spirit. And a bunch of expired auctions. I knew that was coming. Dandred gloves. Ravenholt gloves. Stagelborg. Is that how you pronounce that? Yeah, it looks like it. Stagelborg gloves. Kind of like that name. Obviously, it comes from those come from Stormheim in Wrath. Or no, this isn't Wrath. This is Cataclysm. I don't know where that, what zone that would be. I barely paid attention to Cataclysm, but I was thinking that's a Stormheim sounding set of names. But what do I know? Moss-hide gloves. Yo, Jamba! I think I'm going to enjoy saying that. Yeah, lots of expiring. Just before I started the stream, I had a whole bunch of items that were expiring in an hour or less. And I'd done some cancel scans, but those didn't get picked up by the scans, so... Oh well. Let's see if Samadan's fixed his auction house. Ask him how he's doing. So the next slot is head. There are only 9 of those. And I keep looking over at my other screen here. That's Wowhead and whatnot. So if you see me looking this way, that's what I'm doing. I'm comparing Wowhead and the Trade Skill Master Group Maker with what I'm supposed to be seeing here. So while we wait for Samadan to respond, I'm going to reload my UI, save my work up to this point, because even though we're only talking about 9 or 10 items, imagine if you were doing this and you're building groups and groups and groups and you got a few hundred items deep and then all of a sudden WoW crashes. Well, now, where do you leave off? Where, how, where do you go back to continue? It's kind of a pain in the ass. I've done it. That's how I know. Yikes. Don't recommend it. Hence the UI reload. More and more stuff expiring. I thought I got some sales. I did, didn't I? Yeah. So, Potion of Hidden Spirit. Not bad. Not bad. It'll add to the pile of gold. Alright. Headpieces. Import. And there are supposed to be 9 of them. Are there 9? There are 9. So, head. Select all. Bring those down into group. And
Have anything ancient to
I'll
trade?
collect the mail
These
here
two
very
centuries old.
shortly and relist. Because even if something takes many times to list, I've set up my operations that I have lots of buffer, um, and I don't really have to worry about it. Hmm. It's another one, 20 gold. Yeah, sure. Let's let's get an
If you
appearance.
find anything exotic, bring it to me.
You know what? Let's learn. What does it look like? Nothing actually all that fancy. What does this one look like? Still not all that fancy. What about the head that I just bought? And I don't particularly care for those weird feather type things that some of the head pieces have.
I've seen things that would scare
So
you shelless.
get rid of those.
Come back with some better
Yep,
stories.
so I just made 3 gold, but obviously spent a lot more than that. That's okay. It's all fine. I picked up some transmogs. Alright, so I have shopped for these. Cataclysm. So many. Somebody is getting my attention on... Alright, so somebody's asking me on Discord, hey, just wondering, do you know where a good place to find Classic or Burning Crusade Classic operations? I do not. Not off the top of my head. So you could ask Dirty Irby or Samadan plays WoW as they play BC and Classic. Alright. Normally I don't really like answering direct messages, but hey, that one was actually fairly straightforward. Have I got it set to item level? I do. Yes. So I think I just already did that, but better safe than sorry. Yes, I did. If that's there, then it did. Okay. All right, head. Ravenholt. So you'll notice that there was Ravenholt or Ravenholt and Ravencrest. The plate. I don't want the plate. At least not yet, anyway. So I want the leather headpieces. I'll get to the plate after mail. Yo, Jamba! Nighthaven Hood. Stag. I like the names. Blizzard did a good job naming some of these things. Moss-Hide. Aboraz Hood. We're getting there, we're getting there. Rocktusk Hood. Dandred Hood. You might be wondering why I like auctioning above the disenchant value. It's because if you're an enchanter and you set up Trade Skill Master correctly, you if you need dust and shards from the auction house, it's often significantly cheaper to buy items and disenchant them than buying the dust or shards directly. I'll show you what I mean there in a second. So that's hoods. I'm gonna reload, and then I'll show you what I mean about that, especially if you are a disenchanter or an enchanter, because you can save ridiculous amounts of gold. Excuse me. Did this not reload? There we go. All right. As soon as this is done reloading, and I'll get back to finishing off leather, but as promised, I'll I'll show you what I mean. Uh, so keep in mind, some of those items they were 5, 10, 20 gold, even 75 gold, and in the tooltip it said they were worth 111 if you disenchant them. So let's wait for the game to come back. So you need to open up your crafting UI. I don't have enchanting, but it doesn't matter because I can still show you. If I open the crafting UI, go to gathering, you'll see this list of sources. So it defines what priority gathering gives certain items. So I have this set up that when I go onto a disenchanter or an enchanting character, it'll uh, check through my existing inventory, but then it's going to do a disenchanting search of the auction house. So if I need, you know, dust or whatever that would have come from Cataclysm, it's going to return all of those items as being way cheaper than auction house crafting, which is the dust and shards directly. Uh, so what was that? One item was 5 gold compared to 111. That's at least 20. It's 22 times 22 times cheaper to buy that item than it was to buy the dust if I needed it. And often when you disenchant something, you get more than one, uh, dust or shard, obviously. So, where did I? I'm pretty certain I did. I buy that one? I might not have. Thought I was going to for 20 gold. I didn't. Oh well. Okay, so legs, legs it is. Yeah, I didn't mind saying hi to Samadam, but I don't like to bother him very much when he pops in because he's usually recording videos or doing streams on his own. And if his chat gets filled up with that kind of thing, I I would find it annoying if somebody was doing that to me. So I tend to not do it to him. How many legs are there supposed to be? There's supposed to be 9 legs. Do I have 9? I have 9. The other thing you might have noticed, I'm not sure if you did, but just in case, uh, before I do the shopping, I will pull this up, and you'll see rares and epics, and these items do in fact come from Cataclysm, and they have not been auctioned yet. You would think that I would build the groups starting with Epic working back just to sell these. I don't know why. I start with the uncommon. There's no logical reason for it other than I kind of get a minor thrill out of watching items disappear out of base group because they are now grouped, and of course you get way more hits like that with uncommon. So maybe it's some weird neurosis of mine. And here's another one. What are these worth? Yeah, 111. Selling it for 9. What would I normally be selling it for? 352. How many are there? Yeah, that's that's crazy. I am not going to buy those actually because I do in fact have plans to roll an enchanter, and I kind of um, want to get the items cheap. If people make mistakes and do things kind of stupidly, I want to take advantage of them. I really do. Because they deserve to lose gold if you're that dumb. And there's the argument, yeah, but I sold it. I got gold. I made money. Yeah, dude, you sold it for 10 gold minus the 5% auction house cut. So not even 10 gold. And you could have sold it if you had an enchanter for 110 gold in dust and shards. If you don't have an enchanter, you could have sold it at the region market average, which was 350 gold. I mean, you got to be some kind of stupid, really, to do that. But hey, what do I know? Alright, almost done leather. And then, of course, I have to go on to mail, and then plate, then cloaks, and shields, jewelry. Thankfully, the weapons are done. I always start with the weapons because they're the worst. They take the longest. You think the armor takes a long time? No. I mean, often there are more armor pieces than weapons, but weapons get obnoxiously long to deal with. So I tend to get weapons done out of the way so I don't have to think about them. Getting there, getting there. You're not seeing a lot of hits, mostly because people aren't doing these items. They're not farming them because it's old content, and also being green items. A lot of the times, people just vendor them, so they never get to the auction house, and thus you don't see variations in Trade Skill Master. That's fine. It's no big deal. It's older content. What is this? After legs, 3 more slots, and then leather is done. I don't know if I'm going to get all of the rest of mail and plate done tonight. This is such a huge task that I do it on piecemeal. You gotta pick your battles, for sure. Okay, then I'm gonna check my auction house. Yeah, there's still a couple of things, not many. Yeah, a couple that will expire in an hour or less. It's about time I did a cancel scan to see what I've been undercut. I happen to know in the last hour and change that now spiritual flasks of power, the Shadowlands flask, they're still technically a profit, but barely. The price has been coming down because people still have not got the memo that on retail since patch 8.3, do not lower prices. Do not undercut by dropping prices. Bad. Don't do it. The auction house works on time, not money. Your items do not sell any faster if they're cheaper. That is a lie. If your auction is newer, it'll sell, regardless of what the price is, because it's the newest auction. Don't be stupid. I mean, if I actually showed you, let's go to browse. So let's pull up the spectral cloud. So there's 109 there for 160. If I mouse over it, like I said, there is a little bit of a profit. Crafting cost 569 gold. But my minimum price is 559 gold, and they currently sell for 660. If I try and cancel these, I don't even think they would get canceled, honestly. I mean, we'll find out, but I don't think they will. I think the margin is too slim whatsoever because I think my threshold for minimum profit is somewhere about 1 gold. So I would not be surprised if uh, nothing comes up on those. But we'll see, because I am due, and you never know. And yes, I just did a vendor scan because, again, dumb people are dumb. I mean, the other day I bought. It was an older expansion thing. I don't remember. Probably from Burning Crusade. I bought an item that was on the auction house for 1 silver. Less than 20 hours later, so not even a full day, I sold it for 68 gold. And that 1 silver was below its vendor sell price. It was still worth a gold or two if you sold it to the vendor. So that person really dumb. Let's see. Oh, oh, the spectral flask of power will actually cancel. Interesting. I did not think it would. I don't know why, but these last few always take the longest on the scan. Starts strong and ends kind of weak, but it does end. So, yay! 16 items, plus the contents of my expired auctions. So, definitely time to do a relist. Because, alright, we'll grab the cancel stuff first. Attempt to fill my bags with that. And there should still be room. Yes. Oh. Is it going to it did. Okay. Just a little bit of a wait. Expired. Start collecting this stuff. If you're wondering why I have green items in the auction house, they do sell. They sell very, very slowly. So I pick my battles very carefully. For example, that one that I bought for 5 gold, I would have relisted it because in the auction house it's worth 351 gold. If I have to list that 100 times, it's not going to get anywhere near 350 gold in auction house fees. So it would be extremely profitable had I done that. But instead, I chose to lose, or, uh, well, yeah, lose gold, but gain appearances. No big deal. Especially since I make far more gold than I ever spend. That's obviously the goal, but not everybody seems to get that memo, which is why you get so many people asking in the WoW Economy subreddit or the WoW Economy Discord, how do I make gold? I have none. How do I do it? Well, among other things, stop spending your gold. Only spend gold to make gold. Don't spend it willy nilly. So there's 10,700 gold there. And what did I spend? 100 gold in transmogs. So I clearly am up there. That's why I didn't really panic on those items. So many items. The other reason that I am building the groups, especially with the older stuff, but just because I want all of the items in the group, is the way Sniper works. Sniper depends on items in groups to search for them. Because since Blizzard did the auction house change at 8.3 and then did some hot fixing since then on top, Sniper no longer works just on the auction house in general. Meaning that if items are not in trade skill master groups, you can't snipe them. And I like seeing all this posting at normal, posting at normal. I obviously don't object to undercutting competition, but if I'm selling at normal, that means I am not selling at minimum, which is good. Almost done relisting. Two more.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
And then I can go back to working on the Cataclysm groups. So that is done. Shoulders. Rinse, repeat, import, do the things. 9, 9. Yep, we have a match.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oh, I already cleared that. Okay, good. Again, always make certain. If if I tried to shop all of my groups at the same time, I don't even want to think of what that would be. Uh, Best case scenario, it would take hours to complete. Worst case scenario, endless crashes. If you're going to do a shopping scan on as few groups at a time as you can manage. Let's see. Disenchant value, 106 gold, selling for 7. Should be sold for about 650. Crazy. Crazy. Yep. I am really looking forward to finally getting my enchanter created. Because holy smokes, I am going to save ridiculous amounts of gold. Alright, shoulders. Haldar shoulders. Yes, please. We will add those. Yojamba shoulders. Yes, we will add those too. Oh, only one of those. That's fine. So let's see. Item level 35, 35, 35. I'm not sure what the difference is, but there are clearly something different. That's why they're showing 3 times. Oop, obviously don't want the waistband. Just the shoulders. Good thing I paused. I could fix that, but it's better to not make the mistake in the first place. Stag. I will collect the gold out of my mailbox later today. This current week, I've been trying to do the daily mailbox thing. It doesn't really matter, but I've been curious what my mailbox has been in a day rather than collecting everything as it happens. And I'm gonna check. Yeah, so another 420 coming in. Two more slots. Here's that belt I almost accidentally added. There are 11 belts. Curious. Can't believe that bought her in. Well, I mean, it's no surprise that the botter, hey, want to buy, subs and whatnot for your stream? No, I don't. But obviously, people will, which is why those exist. I think I'm going to have to change the bot admin settings because I don't want that happening again.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Alright, 2 more slots. Then I think that'll do for the stream. If you're watching this afterwards and it's uploaded on YouTube, please like, subscribe, pass it on, comment, do all the things, including make all the gold. Do it all. You can also support me on Patreon, where you will get access to my Trade Skill Master groups and operations. And, of course, you're just supporting the channel, which is always a thank you, and I greatly appreciate that. There are already some Patreons, and I'm so happy for every single one of them. Imbued Pioneer Belt. Pioneer? No, Primal. Why is it? Is there more than one? What did I miss here? Imbued Pioneer. I think that is a much older thing. I am gonna have to look that up to see if it's missing from a group. Back to Wowhead. Quick search. Imbued Pioneer. What have we got? Pioneer Belt? Sure. Let's see where that was supposed to come from. Oddly, it's supposed to come from Cataclysm. Is that actually on the list here? That yes, there it is. So this is waste. So Pioneer Belt and yeah, Pioneer Belt, Disciples. Yeah, okay. So it's just a very low item level version of it. Interesting. Item level 5. Not a problem? I guess somebody must have used Chromie time and was working on Cataclysm and it popped up. I guess it happens. It happens. But I don't have the... Okay. Waistband. So remember this. So there's only one wrist. Let's see if when I get to the wrist, if more items get found because I do an auction house search. We'll see. Same with some of the others, but Yojamba is going to be easier to remember, I think. Haven? Yeah. Okay. Just double checking. There's a Pioneer and a Primal. All good. We'll get there. if I actually select all of them, eh? Moss hide. You know, every time I see this word Dandrid, I'm reminded of I think they're Dendrid trees in, what is it, Heroes of Might and Magic? The walking trees. Okay, so several of these we're only coming up with at least only one hit for now on base group. Not a big deal. That's why I take the extra step to make absolutely certain. There are 10 leather wrists. Base items, obviously. Hmm. Nobody's buying anything. I mean, it's late at night, but I'm surprised nobody's bought anything since I did the cancel scan. Usually that, even at this hour, it picks up a few things. Yep, 10 items. Oh, well, the day is young. It's just after 20 after 3 in the morning for me. And obviously, I need sleep. When I come back, hopefully I get some more sales. And if I don't, I'll do some cancel scans. And obviously, I need to do some restocking to see what has been sold out. Like I have no stock whatsoever. Cataclysm. Not stuff is not sold by vendors. Last slot for leather. Okay, still only one of those. Again, no big deal. It just means that it hasn't been in the auction house. Oh, see, Stag went from 1 to 3, hence the shopping scan. We're up to 2 of those. So the one to remember? Ha, of course the one to remember, there was still only one. No big deal. Imbued Pioneer Bracers, yes. So what are the infantry? Oh, they're male. Okay. Proctos Battle Boar. bindsman pickup, so I do not need to add that to a group because you can't auction it. Three Abaraz bindings. And then, of course, so many of these are bind on pickup, so they're never going into groups. Bind one equip, but I'll pick that up when I get to the rare items. Alright. What did I... Still 10,000. Because that's right. I haven't collected that 420. It probably still is filtering through the 1 hour delay that you get with selling things at the auction house. That's fine. I'm more curious to see if I can bump up that 10,000. I'm still trying to recover from buying the Brutosaur. I think everybody who bought a Brutosaur is pretty much recovering, unless they're one of those super mega goblins that has hundreds of millions. But I did not. I had I I had almost enough to buy it on my own and had to take a loan. So I am busily trying to earn my gold back. The reason why I'm trying to sell, well, okay. If I collect the mail today, I'm minus 254 gold, but I've got 10,000 in the mailbox. That'll shoot back up this week, including the purchases of the materials. I'm still at 30,000 plus 10,000, so 40,000 gold for the week, and this add-on starts on a Monday. I'm not sure why it starts on a Monday, but it is what it is. Deselect, collapse that. Notice I don't have mail yet or plate or anything like that. I will build them as I get to them. But that'll do for this stream. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched later, and make all the gold. Stop by the Patreon, like, share, do all the things on YouTube, and enjoy.